Okay, welcome to this lesson on function and graphs. Um, I, I think in this example I would like to try to illustrate to you how is it possible for me to draw a graph. Now we understand that this is a function. So this y equals to 2x plus 1 is actually a function. A function, you can say that this is an equation as well. You have seen an equation before. So it's an equation, and this equation, okay, tells the relationship between y and x. Okay, it's actually quite straightforward. It's not too difficult. In this case, we like, I just want to say that it's not that hard. Okay, all functions exist as a graph. Whether it's a straight line or not, it depends on what kind of equation it is. In this case, we actually are we're gonna try to figure out how to draw this. And the first step to all these kind of questions is that we have some values of x here given to you. Okay, use these values to find out what are the corresponding y values. Okay, I would like to say that for every value of x, there will be a value of y, and there will only be one value of y for such functions. Okay, this is a linear function. So for every value of x, so for example, now x is equals to -2, y would then be equals to in this case it will be 2x 2 times -2 plus 1, which gives me -3 plus 1, which gives me -2. So y equals to -2. So the value of y here is -2. Okay, then we go on to do the next. When x equals to -1, so we are -1, right? What do we have? So -2 plus 1, that will give us -1. Okay, when x is equals to 0, this is equals to 1. Okay, how I do so quickly, I can do it at the side. 2 times -1 plus 1 is equals to -2 plus 1 is equals to -1. Okay, you can just use a calculator here. Okay, no problem. Just use a calculator. If you encounter difficulties using calculator, then it's quite hard lah. So actually, these kind of questions, right, you can just use a calculator. No one is stopping you. Okay, as long as you key in the calculator appropriately. Okay, I will insert how to key in the calculator here. Okay. Then we have y is equals to 2x plus 1. Oh, sorry, when x is equals to 1. So when x equals to 1, we have 2 times 1 plus 1. That is 2 plus 1 equals to 3. So this is 3. And when it's 2 times 2 plus 1, this is equals to 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5. 4 plus 1. This is equals to 5. Okay, so there you have it. You have 5 different sets of values, and actually all these can be written as coordinates. So here will be -2, -2. Here will be -1, -1. Here will be 0, 1. Here will be 1, 3. And here will be 2, 5. Okay, remember we always put coordinates in x and y. So x, y. So -2, -2, -1, -1, 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5. Okay, with these we have 5 sets of values. We're gonna go there and plot them. So the first one is -2, -2. So -2, gonna increase this size a bit. It will be here. Okay, next we have -1, -1 here. Oh, did I make a mistake somewhere? -2. Oh, so sorry. This one should be -3. My bad. Yeah. Okay. So this one should be -3. I make a mistake. Okay. So let's erase this. negative 3. So it should be negative 3. Okay, so one tip, okay, how do I know I made a mistake is that one way is that you can actually plot the graph, and then you realize that all your points don't lie on the same line, and actually that is a telltale sign of of it lah, that your graph is not possible lah. Okay, now that is one way. Another way is that you can actually draw it and see where it goes wrong. Okay, it's quite straightforward. Okay, the next I have is 0 1. So 0 1 is somewhere here, followed by 1 3, followed by 2 5. Okay, so I have 5 points here, and they look like they lie on a straight line. So this is where it gets a little bit tougher. You got to see what I'm doing on the iPad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have these lines, right? I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a line. So take a ruler. Okay, you can see the points here. You place a ruler on your paper. Make sure all the points lie on the line. Okay, in this case, you can see that it really lies on a straight line. And then the next step would be to actually draw the line. So you should be using pencil at all times when it comes to drawing graphs. Okay, sorry, let me reduce this a bit. Okay, and always draw your line further than the points given. Okay, what do I mean by that is just draw it longer. Okay, because you never know how long you need the points, how much you need the points. Okay. Okay, just draw. Just make sure it's straight. Okay, and then there you have it. You have the function. Okay, you have the function now. Okay, so since now you have the function, it's going to be relatively simpler to actually do it now. So I'm gonna use the graph to find the value. Oh, sorry, we're not done with the graph. Okay, this line is actually this function here. This is what you are drawing. This function y equals to 2x plus 1 is actually this line over here. Okay, so any point that lies on this line, you can find the point, the value of any of the point as long as it lies on the line. So for example, now we will say from the graph, we find the value of y when x is equals to 1.5. So when x is equals to 1.5, I'm going to use a different color pen here. Probably use blue. Okay, use blue. Okay, 1.5 is here. So what I'm going to do is use my ruler again. Okay, draw a dotted line such that it reaches the. Okay, make sure it's horizontal, it is straight. Okay, so I should get it somewhere here. Okay, then I want you to find a point where x equals to 1.5 on the graph. Okay. After you found that, find the y value of this. Find the coordinate of this. So what's the coordinate here? Okay, the coordinate here is, you can draw another dotted line from to the y-axis. You'll find out that the coordinate here is 1.5 comma 4. Okay, the dotted lines are important because the question says from the graph. So from the graph means we need to show that it's like that. Okay. So we can actually tell that when x is equals to 1.5, okay, y is equals to 4. It is just the y coordinate here. So y is equals to 4. Okay, we can do the same for the next part where from the graph, okay, as long as it's from the graph, we need to use the graph. Okay, find the value of x when y is equals to negative 2. So in this case, when y equals to negative 2 is actually here, right? It's this horizontal line here. Y equals to 2 is here. Okay, so we're going to draw a horizontal line to hit the graph, and we find that there is a point on the line where y equals to 2. So we draw another dotted line upwards, make sure it's perpendicular, is how it is, is perpendicular at all times, and we know that this value here is negative 1.5. So what is the coordinate of this point here? This point on the line. The point must be on the line, right? So the coordinate here is negative 1.5, comma, negative 2. And this actually tells us what's the value of x when y is equal to negative 2. X would then be equal to negative 1.5. Okay? So this is a very unique thing about functions, is that on a line, for every value of x, there is a specific value of y. Okay, there is no different value. There is no way it will be a different value. Okay, so that is it for work for this example. I hope. Yep. So see ya.